welcome to this calming vagus nerve restorative yoga class. For this class, you're going to need a bolster, 2 blocks, and a blanket. We're going to start lying down on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. So I just want you to check in and notice how you're feeling right now. This is a vagus nerve class for calm. And I just want you to notice how you feel, how connected you feel to yourself, how willing you feel to reach out to others, to receive support, to offer support. How able you feel to take on the challenges of the day. There's no right or wrong or better best. We're just checking in to see where we're at right now so we can see where we're at the end of the class as well. So let me give this a number from 1 to 10. 10 being fantastic, 1 being not so great at all. And we'll check in again at the end of the class. And we'll start with the reset or the basic exercise. You're going to interlace your fingers behind your head. And if you haven't had frozen shoulder like me, then you're probably both elbows will rest on the ground. And you're just going to, for the basic exercise, keep your nose facing right up to the ceiling, but turn your eyes all the way to the right. And we'll stay here until we engage the vagus nerve, which you'll notice will happen because you might yawn or you might have a sigh, or you may also have to swallow. And when that happens, you can bring your eyes back to the center and just close them down. And then we'll do that on the other side as well. So you just look over to the left now. Just breathing normally here until you get that vagal response that we're looking for. So for me, it was a big sigh this time. I can feel a yawn coming too. And you can bring your eyes back to the center when that vagal response comes. Maybe we'll just do it one more time on each side, looking to the right. And bring your eyes back to the center. A sigh, a yawn, or maybe a swallow. And then to the left. Again, maybe a sigh or a yawn or a swallow or a combination of those. Coming back to the center. Okay, from here you'll want to grab your bolster. So let's put the bolster on the left side of your mat. And then have your arms in a soft T with your right knee bent. You're going to press into your right knee, tuck your left hips under, and bring your right knee over to the bolster. You can look over your right shoulder if that's comfortable for you. So your vagus nerve is known as your wandering nerve. It's like the longest nerve in your body. And it goes from the back of your brainstem down the sides of your neck, and it innervates all your organs, your heart, your lungs, all your digestive organs. So twists are a great way to access the vagus nerve. It also accesses your diaphragm, which we'll work with a lot today. And then you're going to come back onto your back, and we're going to do a breath here. We're just going to explore with our breath and notice through the course of the class how it changes depending on how we offer different input for our diaphragm. So you can just place your hands on your low ribs. So we're going to do a kind of breathing, a kind of triangle breathing. We're going to breathe in for a count of 4. We're going to pause for a count of 5. And then we're going to breathe out for a count of 8. So that long exhalation signals to our nervous system that it's good to calm down. Okay, so we'll breathe in. Pause. Breathe out. 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 Breathe in. Pause. And breathe out. Breathe in. Pause. Breathe out. Great. So let's go ahead and do our twist on the other side. So we're going to offer our vagus nerve and our diaphragm some more input, and then we'll check in with our breath again on the other side. And these check-ins can just be a way to notice how our vagus nerve is responding. So extend your right leg out, left knee is bent. Press into your left foot, tuck your right hip under, and place your left knee on the bolster. You can look over your left shoulder if that feels okay, and we'll just breathe here. In and out through your nose. And then you're going to come back onto your back. And you can have your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, or you could use that bolster underneath your knees as well. It's totally up to you. We're going to come back to that triangle breath with uneven sides of the triangle. And just notice how that input changes our vagal response. So we're going to breathe in for 4, pause for 5, and breathe out for 8. And if this breath rhythm isn't working for you, you can shift to your own breath rhythm. Remember that you are your own authority of your own body and your own breathing. So remember to look after yourself. So if it feels right, follow along with me. Breathe in. Pause. Breathe out. 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 Then return to breathing normally. Notice how you're feeling. Notice how this breath practice was different the second time around. And then when you feel ready, you can either stay resting back here. We're going to do some eye yoga, which you could do lying on your back, which is nice if your neck is tight or your shoulders are tight, because then the floor can take the tension. Or you can do it sitting up. I'm going to sit up just so it's easier for you to see what's happening. Okay, for your eyes, you're going to start by rubbing your hands together, which can create some chi. Actually, let's just release any negative chi first by shaking your hands out. So, and set the intentions that you're just releasing any bad juju. We're just going to release any negative chi. Now we'll accumulate the good chi, the healing chi, the calming chi, whatever qualities you want to bring in, healing. And all you're going to do is you're going to place your hands over your eyes and let them be bathed in this healing, calming, soothing, regulating bath. Okay, then you can put your hands down by your side and we're going to do some eye yoga. So you're going to inhale, look up, and exhale, look down. Inhale, look up, and just keep your nose in the center or pointed up towards the ceiling if you're lying on the ground. Exhale, look down. Keep your shoulders relaxed or dropping towards the ground if you're lying on the ground. And you can even just put your fingers on the base of your neck, right where those little lumps are, and you'll be able to feel how your eyes are affecting your your nerves here, your vagus nerve. So your nervous system is made up of your brain and your spinal cord, and your eyes are actually a part of your forebrain. So your eyes do affect your brain, and you can even feel that movement. It's subtle, and it might depend on how much tension you have in the back of your neck, if you can feel that movement being created by your eyes. But you can. There are times when I can. Okay, so now we're going to inhale to the left, exhale right. So eye yoga is probably one of the most underrated, underused forms of yoga to affect your nervous system. Let's go in circles. So keep breathing and notice the tendency for your eyes to jump in certain places, and then you can go back and smooth out those places. You might want to go one way and then the other way, especially if your eyes are jumping in a spot. Move slowly. And then let's come back to center. Close your eyes because they're probably fatigued. We don't want to overdo it. Rub your hands together again. And then give them a soothing, healing bath again. Okay, and just check in and notice how you're feeling. From here, we're going to set up our next restorative yoga pose. You're going to need your bolster and your blanket for this. Okay, you're going to put your bolster at the base of your mat. This is going to be a hook for your feet. You could use a couple of cushions here. And then you're going to put your blanket, which you're going to want to fold into a narrow and smooth. So you want to smooth it out. So depending on your digestive system, you can have it like this, where I've got a little, it's going to be more intense, or you could have it less intense like that. Okay, so if you've got Crohn's, colitis, or upset stomach, have it more flat. And then, so that's going to be for your belly. So your feet are going to go here. This is going to go in your belly. And then your arms are going to go up in like robot arms. So this is restorative downward facing dog. And we're going to stay in this pose for about 5 minutes. So when we have high vagal tone, our digestion improves, which is known as our rest and digest, and our mood stabilizes. Approximately 80 to 90% of the nerve fibers of the vagus nerve are used to communicate the state of our internal organs to the brain. It goes from bottom up. And when it comes to emotions or gut feelings, we refer to this information which comes from the internal organs, and it reaches the brain through sensory fibers. Okay, so you're going to take a breath. And then we're going to come out of this pose from the propping. And we're going to come back on our back and we're going to check in on that input that we gave to our diaphragm, to our vagus nerve, and check in with our breath again. So we're going to come back to that triangle breath that we've been doing where we breathe in for 4, pause for 5, and breathe out for 8. Okay, so you're going to breathe in, pause, breathe out. 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 And now you're just going to check in. Notice how the breath was that time after that input. Okay, so now we're going to do another diaphragm release. So the vagus nerve innervates the diaphragm, and it will support you in increasing vagal tone, breathing more deeply, and you can check in and notice how you feel after and how your breath feels after. So you're going to use your fingers and you're going to start to massage underneath and curl underneath your rib cage. And you're going to go gently so that your body doesn't back at you. So I've seen people do this on the internet. You've probably seen people do it on the internet too, or maybe you have or haven't. And they can go really deep because they've been doing it for a long time, or they do it often. But we're just going to ease our way in. Like if you go for a massage, they should start softly, and then they go more deeply. So that's how our idea is here too. So we're going to start on our right ribs, and we're going to just start saying hello. Hello, how are you? We're going to start to just tuck our fingers underneath our diaphragm so that it feels safe. A lot. Our nervous system is about feeling safe. So we want to create that sense of safety here, not just go in like a SWAT team. And over time, a little bit, you'll notice you're starting to get in a little bit deeper underneath the diaphragm. You're starting to feel a little release there. And notice the accompanying mood that comes with it. You want to feel safe, you want to feel relaxed, at ease. One side might feel different than the other. Like, it's not just your diaphragm here. We're also dealing with your spleen on the left side, your spleen and stomach on the left side. So for me, that has a lot better tone on my left side as opposed to my liver on my right side, which tends to be, so that side tends to be tighter for me, my liver side, than my spleen and stomach, which tends to be healthier organ system for me. That might be opposite for you. Okay. So now that we've released that, maybe we'll just do a couple of little circles on our stomach. Let's check in with that breath again. So you're going to place your hands on your rib cage again, and you're going to do the triangle breath in 4, pause 5, out 8, at a breath rhythm that works for you. So let's breathe in. Pause. Breathe out. 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 Okay, and then just breathe normally. Okay, and notice how that feels. So for me, it felt a little more buttery at the beginning, and also like I felt more connected rather than separate parts of my body. I felt more connected to my body as a whole. So each one of us is going to be unique in our experience. Okay, for the next one, you're going to need your bolster, or you could use a block too. A bolster is a little more effective or easier to work with. And you're going to take your bolster. You want to have your handle facing in. Bend your knees, place your feet flat on the floor. Lift your pelvis nice and high, pull that bolster underneath. And if your bolster is like mine and it's dipped in the middle because you've used it so many times, stay on the outside where you've got more height. And then what you're going to do is you're going to slide your right leg out and reach your right arm overhead. And we're going to do a little side bend to the right as well. Okay, and then this is going to release our psoas on the right side. So our vagus nerve supports us in moving safely through the day, so our lives feel doable and manageable. This is a good thing. We're going to be here for 5 minutes. Okay, so we're going to slowly gather in your left arm and your left leg. And we're going to switch sides. So you're going to slide your left leg out. You can even drag it a little bit towards the right. Bring your left arm overhead, and you can open up a little bit to the right. So you're side bending a bit too. It's a nice psoas release, very calming for the body because it connects to the front of the spine at the back of the body. Okay, so take a breath. We're going to bring your left arm and leg in. And you're going to curl your tailbone under, press into your feet, lift your pelvis, and put your bolster off to the side. And then you may want to just draw your knees into your chest after that. Was a decent back bend for about 10 minutes. So let's curl back in. Let's do the opposite. Okay, so for our final pose, we're going to do a mudra and mantra. Now, you can do it lying down, especially if you have neck and shoulder pain. You could do it lying down. I'm going to do it sitting up so it's easier for me to demonstrate. But you choose what's best for you. Okay. This is the mudra for emotional balance, and you just open your palms with your thumbs up, and you place your palms in your armpits and your thumbs are out. And it's like giving yourself a hug. It creates a connection with yourself. So, as I said, the vagus nerve is a nerve of connection with yourself, with others, your pets, nature, spirit. Here we're connecting with ourselves. And we're going to combine it with toning. One of the best ways you can stimulate your vagus nerve is with toning. We're going to tone the sound of the mantra Om. You could hum, you can sing songs. Gargling works well too. Om's just convenient in a yoga class, isn't it? So let's just sound the mantra Om. You can stay seated like this, or you can rest back. I want you to just feel the effects of the class, of the mantra, the chanting, the mudra. So at the beginning of the class, we checked in with our mood, how we were feeling, how calm and regulated we were feeling, how our nervous system was feeling, how willing we were to reach out to others for support and offer support. The ease with which we're breathing, particularly our exhale. And we rated that on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not very good at all, and 10 being great, excellent. So just notice where you are at the end of the class. And then if you noticed a shift from the beginning to the end of the class, let me know in the comments. Put I feel calm and connected in the comments. Give the video a thumbs up. And be sure to subscribe. I have lots of other classes for the vagus nerve, the nervous system on the channel. And we will be doing others as well. So I'd love to have you as a subscriber to the channel so I can do other videos for you as well. We do lots of other great things here as well, with lots of attention to the nervous system. And yeah, we appreciate you. So I'm sending you much love from beautiful British Columbia. May your joy be as deep as the Pacific Ocean. May you be as rooted as the old growth trees in our forest. May you be as strong as our mountains.